Russell, maybe just start with a squad update after Saturday. Tell what I scored, Hamza Gaman, Mikey Moore, anything on those three?
No, Mikey will be registered in time for Saturday, so he'll be there. And I think all three of them will be in the squad on Saturday, actually, all being well this week. So, but not tonight, tomorrow night.
Just wonder with a bit of distance how you look back on Saturday and how you've looked back on it with the group since then.
Yeah, in the same way I felt Saturday, really calmly. Focused on the process, learn as much as we can from it. I think it's been really clear. I've loved the energy from the players since then, and I think we'll be better for it for sure. We came up with a different problem. We didn't quite do enough to win the game, but I'm really we'll keep getting better and better, and I'm convinced of that. And it'll be another thing we look back on and improve from. So yeah, same focus always.
Otázka, máte nějaký update po sobotě, jaká je atmosféra, jak se plánujete zlepšovat z těch chyb, které jste udělali? Odpověď, ten cíl a to soustředění naše je pořád stejné, chceme se poučovat z chyb, které jsme o víkendu udělali, ale atmosféra jako taková je klidná, mezi hráči panuje skvělá energie, víme, že kráčíme kupředu po každém zápase, učíme se hodně, víme, že do zítřka nastoupíme lepší, než jsme byli minule, chceme vyhrávat a chceme se neustále zlepšovat.
I'll give shorter answers now.
I will translate.
You're doing well,
shorter.
yeah.
I will do shorter.
Russell, obviously, the complaint from some of the supporters at the weekend was that the start of the game, perhaps the tempo, the intensity wasn't there. That's a complaint that's been levelled at numerous teams over the last couple of years. Is that a cultural issue at the club that is something that's going to be difficult to get out of the squad? Is it something you believe you can address?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's a really easy fix. So after showing the guys, we have a really clear process. We have to learn from everything. Whether we win, we draw. The guys are unbeaten in 5 games, and there's a few really tough games in there. So they showed a real mentality to not get beaten with 10 men. But there's some real key fundamentals against a team that sit in a bit lower, a bit deeper and defend well and in numbers. But we have to do a lot more to disrupt, especially early in the game, because if you score early in them games, it changes the context of the game completely. So, as I've said, I don't think, for us, we're doing it differently to the previous manager before that. Everyone comes with their own ideas. It was the first time we had a chance to come up against that, and we'll be better for it. That's what we have to do. We have to learn and improve. So I'm really calm and convinced that will happen. As I've said, I've loved the feel of the place since then. We can't get too emotional about the outcome. We'll get emotional about the process and the intention, but not the outcome. And we'll get better. And tomorrow night is a different challenge again, and it's one we're looking forward to.
Otázka, jak reagujete na to, že ty začátky těch zápasů nejsou úplně uspokojivé, jak vám o víkendu ukázali fanoušci? Odpověď, řešení je snadné. Musíme se zlepšit v těchto chybách, poučit se z nich. Měli jsme za sebou těžké zápasy, ale důležité je, že hráči jsou neustále odhodlaní se zlepšovat. Jednou z našich taktik je hrát hlouběji, lépe bránit, samozřejmě postarat se o to, abychom nedostali ten gól brzy, protože to naprosto změní tempo. Ale hráči jsou motivovaní, vědí, že nemá cenu se utápět ve výsledku, zítra jdeme do zápasu s novou motivací a já jim věřím.
Can I just ask, obviously it was announced last week that the St Mirren fixture is going to be something that would potentially be postponed if the cup gets through. Given the situation in the league table, situation with Nasser's suspension for the Celtic game, might that be a situation that is revisited? That you might
well, no decision been made either way. So I think we were told that the option would be there. I think the plan has always been to play the game unless, depending on what happened on the Tuesday night, if we get through this and all that stuff. So it's been flexible. But like the league table this early on will not dictate what we do with the game, honestly. Someone mentioned to me this morning, this can happen, this permutation and all this stuff, and it's just not something to get caught up in. We're not even at the end of August yet, so we'll see. But so our league position, the points total and all that stuff will not dictate what we do with the St Mirren game at all. So at the minute I expect we'll play it, and if that changes because of, for whatever reason we feel it will help us, the outcome, we have to win this game tomorrow first as well, so we'll see.
Otázka, budou se odkládat některé ligové zápasy, nemáte obavy z kalendáře, že pak těch zápasů bude moc najednou? Odpověď, ještě se to nerozhodlo, kalendář je pořád otevřený, flexibilní, pokud budeme hrát, tak klidně budeme hrát, není to něco, na co bych se v tuhle chvíli soustředil, řeším ten zítřejší zápas a pokud v lize budeme hrát bez odložení, tak se tak stane.
Hey Russell, the Pilsen guys this morning were talking about potentially getting a fast start tomorrow night and maybe even getting a goal that would put you guys under pressure. Do you have any fear that should they do that your guys would get kind of nervy in the back of that?
Well, goals change ties and games and all that stuff, but we have to start the game really well ourselves. I don't think we'd expect anything less when they have, like, I guess, a nothing to lose approach. You can approach it in that way in this game, so we have to be really ready for that. And if we have a setback in the game, which is not part of the plan, we have to respond in the way we did against Panathinaikos. So I'd love the way the players responded to that. I really enjoyed the way the players responded to going down to 10 men on Saturday. I've not seen the game look like that with 10 against 11, where you wouldn't have known if you're watching the game. So I really commend the players for that. So there they are, showing togetherness. That has to keep growing and keep building. The spirit has to keep growing and building. But the plan is to not have a tough start. We need to start the game as well as we possibly can. But we have to be ready for everything, and especially if there's a few tough moments or whatever in the game, we have to respond properly.
Otázka. Viktoriáni říkali, že možná chtějí tu taktiku mít takovou, že budou tlačit zejména v tom začátku zápasu. Jak si plánujete naložit? Odpověď. Zápasy zkrátka začínají různě, jsou různé zápasy. Viktoria Plzeň v tuhle chvíli nemá co ztratit, takže musíme s touhle mentalitou počítat. Pokud se něco stane z kraje zápasu, tak víme, že musíme odpovědět. Líbilo se mi to, co mý hráči předvedli proti Panathinaikosu. A hráči mě po svém výkonu přesvědčili i v sobotu. Chceme v tomhle zápase začít dobře, ale zároveň potřebujeme mít připravení na všechny alternativy a být připraveni odpovědět.
Just to check as well, Russell, was a good update in terms of signings. Mendy was mentioned this morning, Mendy from Betis. Is that one that you're hoping will get done?
Honestly, we trained this morning, we got on the plane, we've been watching some stuff and trying to learn as much as we can about the next few games coming up and making sure we're ready for tomorrow. So I've been really honest with you guys about that. I think we said if someone comes in the building, you guys will know very early on, but he's one of many players that we like and have been linked with us, but we'll have to wait and see.
Víme, že máte vyhlídnutého jednoho z hráčů Betisu. Dívali jste se na jeho výkony o víkendu? Abych byl upřímný, my se díváme na různé hráče, ale především se soustředíme na sebe. Já jsem k vám samozřejmě upřímný, takže ano, máme v hledáčku některé hráče, ale víc konkrétní nebudu.
How do you think that you guys have reacted to being a Rangers player and experience? Do you think what's some of the reaction after Saturday, for instance? Was it kind of a shock to these guys, even guys like Rothwell and Aarons, who maybe haven't experienced that level of intensity and pressure?
Yeah, I think everyone has a different experience. So we've got guys coming from the Premier League, from the Championship, from different leagues, and it's different for everyone. And also, it's different in different positions and the expectation and all this stuff. So I think they've all fitted in really well. First and foremost, they've definitely helped us in terms of their quality and character, everyday training. And then I don't think we expected anyone to be 9-10 out of 10 every game early on, especially so early on in the process. We've literally, this would be the last bit of pre-season right now if we were working down the road of what they've been used to. So they've been thrown in at the deep end for sure. And I think they've done great. I think they've done really well. And I think they'll grow into the season. They'll grow into being with this club. They've worked out already what the expectations are. They've had a brilliant night or a couple in Europe already. And they've also had a few tough moments in the league away and at home. So I don't think they could have had better preparation for becoming Rangers players. They've experienced a bit of everything already. But I also think they're really resilient. They have a lot of character. They're really good players first and foremost, and they're really going to help us over the course of the season. So I think they've done well, but I think there's way more to come, as there is from the rest of the group. The more they get used to us, the more they get used to what we're asking them to do, and the more they trust that we're going to focus on the process as much as we can and not the outcome, because we can't be dictated to by it all the time. If we look after what we can do all the time, the work, how hard we work, how much we learn, how much we improve, then the outcome will take care of itself and everyone will be happy. So we have to control what we can control as much as we possibly can, and that's working really, really hard and learning as much as we can. And I'm really convinced the guys we've brought in and the lads that we've inherited, they're really, really trying. There's not, I said I'm going to be really honest with you, I feel really, after Motherwell, I feel really good about their attitude and their application on Saturday. Wasn't any of that. So we'll just keep working and improve, and tomorrow night gives us another chance to really show what we can bring onto the pitch.
Otázka, máte v týmu několik nových posil, jak zatím reagují na intenzitu ligy a toho, jak se ten klubový fotbal v Rangers hraje? Ano, máme hráče, kteří přišli z různých lig, měli jsme od nich různá očekávání a musím říct, že noví hráči zatím zapadli velice dobře. Samozřejmě nečekáme, že budou odvádět perfektní zápas, 10 bodů z 10 každý zápas. Dá se vlastně říct, že zítřejší zápas bude naprostý závěr předsezónní přípravy, takže samozřejmě víme, že máme ještě pořád na čem pracovat. Ale noví hráči si vedou dobře, vím, že se budou zlepšovat a to se netýká jenom nových hráčů, ale těch stávajících, že si navzájem všichni pomůžou. Takže věřím v tom, že když se budeme soustředit na náš progres, na náš pokrok, tak se ty výsledky ukážou a i zítra budeme mít příležitost ukázat, že jsme se opět znovu zlepšili.
Sorry, that was a long answer, wasn't it?
And I cut it
Sorry,
off.
I know, yeah. I
That's
apologise.
okay.
She is good though. Russell, I mean, obviously you've earned a significant advantage in the first leg. Is there any sense within you and the group that there's a slight easing of pressure, despite it being obviously a high-stakes game, that you can come here and maybe have a bit more freedom to implement the things you're trying to?
No, I think in a word, I think we play for a football club where you can't ease off ever. We're going to have a sold-out away end. And it's a big night for us after being a bit disappointed Saturday with a few things in the performance. Hopefully we'll see some stuff that we didn't do well enough come out tomorrow night and do it better, and then bring lots of the stuff from the first game that we brought to the party at Ibrox. So no, I don't think there's any, we can't, honestly, it's my job to, as a coach on the training pitch, to not come off the players one bit at any point. Even when when they get into flow and it starts looking really brilliant, which I'm convinced it will be at some point, it's my job to make sure we stay on them all the time to keep growing. And tomorrow night is just a part of that. So there's no easing, there's no talking about that at all. It's about coming here to try and win a game and for it to look like us and the performance that looks like us and what we want to be. So other than that, no, not at all.
Otázka, je možné, že když si z prvního zápasu vezeli poměrně vysokou výhru, tak jsou hráči uvolněnější před zítřkem? Odpověď, ne, všichni jsme naprosto soustředění, protože víme, že my zkrátka nesmíme polevit. Zítra nás čeká velký zápas, velký večer, potom zklamání, které přišlo v sobotu, takže víme, že potřebujeme se zlepšit, neseme si i poučení z prvního zápasu a zkrátka víme, že nesmíme polevit ani na minutu. Nebude to jednoduché, musíme se soustředit na náš růst. Chceme hrát tak, jak chceme hrát, ale zároveň chceme vyhrát.
Last one, Callum. Sure.
Russell, I'm just wondering, some fans are maybe slightly surprised by how Nico Raskin has been utilised in the early part of the season, given that last season he was so influential for the club, probably the club's player of the season in many regards. I'm just wondering, is there any scenario in your mind long term where Nico and Joe Rothwell can both play on the same team, or does it have to be one or the other as the sort of single pivot?
They've already both played in the same team, haven't they?
But long term?
They've already played in their same team short term. So that would suggest to me that they can definitely play in the same team long term. Is that what you mean?
No, sorry. Obviously Nico's been out of the team the past couple of games.
Yeah, but they started the first game together. They started a lot together in pre-season. Yeah, it's the same with any player. I spoke to you about a player that has not had a really good time here on Saturday, but we are judging from being just here right now. So like what Nico did last season, rightly or wrongly, I can't have a feeling about. Does that make sense? So I can only judge on right now, and he played brilliantly on Saturday. He came out of the team for reasons that me and him spoke about, and his reaction has been top, like really, really brilliant. And I think that's all you can ever ask for. So he has a brilliant chance of playing with Joe, without Joe, if he lives in that place all the time. So there's been a bit of uncertainty about him this summer, for sure. Not from people ringing us, but I think from people ringing him, definitely. So I think that's affected his approach in the first, not in terms of professionalism or stuff, but he's a young man. Of course, it's going to have an impact at some point. And then we've had a discussion, and since he came out of the team, he's been a different guy, incredible. So he needs to stay there all the time. So what anyone did last season, really, to me, and it's really difficult to say that because you have a feeling for him as a fan because you've watched him play really well for your team. And I've watched a lot of the games last season, but to judge someone on that is really what we're going to ask him to do is so different. But he's a really fantastic player, and he's a young man that I'm getting to know all the time, and who actually I really like his character and personality. And I think I'm really clear with him on the demands of what playing in a position he really wants to play and is going to take. And then it'll be up to him because he will have opportunities like he did on Saturday to play there. And I thought I said to you after the game, he made a big difference for us. He made the most difference. He made half of the tackles, we made the whole game. So it was a big difference for us. So he needs to live there all the time though. It's my job to make sure, playing for this football club, whoever you are, the demands are really clear on whatever position you play. And when he lives there, he's fantastic. So hopefully we can get to the end of the window. He's played brilliantly. The window shuts, he's still here. And then we can keep going and keep improving and keep kicking on. And they'll probably play on the same team at some point. It definitely doesn't have to be one or the other.
Is that very much the intention, is to keep Nico beyond the end of the window?
I don't think we're in a position where we have to sell anyone. I don't think we're in a position where we want to lose some of the best performers last season that we think can become really top performers for us this season and moving forward. So yeah, that's the plan. Unless someone comes in and blows our minds and everyone decides, the player, the club, everyone decides that it's the best for everyone, and then we can make sure we're in a position to replace them with someone else. It's the same for anyone. I think at any club in world football now, I don't think there is a club that's immune to that really. So yeah, but that's the plan. But football is interesting and doesn't always go to plan.
Sorry, Russell, you think he's had his head turned this summer?
Sorry?
You think what you're saying, he's had his head turned this summer?
Well, I think there's been loads of stuff printed in your back pages about 20 million, 15 million, this club, that club. So I'm not saying it's from you guys, but I think there's definitely been the same with Dio, a lot of the guys. I mean, there's been a lot of uncertainty around a lot of players, but I think that's every summer when you play for a football club like this. So people deal with it in many different ways, and he's been fantastic in the last however long since in his reaction been great. All good?
Yep.
Oh.